It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment with Raymond Arroyo, where we expose the big cultural stories of the day. All right, kids being used as pathetic political props. No, it can't happen. Well, at the end of Ladies First in restaurants and the power of faith at D-Day and beyond. All right, Raymond, kids have been starting to quiz candidates on really complicated constitutional matters. They're not being coached, are they?
Oh, no, Laura. The kids are popping up all of a sudden at these political events. Here's Joe Biden answering a kid from New Hampshire yesterday. Watch.
Do you think impeachment proceedings should start?
How old are you?
11.
I'm not looking forward to an impeachment process, and I really mean it. I think it will be a gigantic distraction on things that, in fact, we should be focusing on getting done. And the truth of the matter is, though, that there is a constitutional obligation. My job is to impeach him a different way. Beat him.
Laura, unless we're changing the voting age to 11, why is he making a pitch to little children?
Kids say the darndest things.
Yeah, that they're coached to say.
Well.
Now, he's not the only one. Here's Pete Buttigieg responding to a young girl after she asked, how do you beat Trump in 2020?
We can't play his game. You know, he's really mean, and he likes to call people names. And if we do it his way, I think we're going to lose. So we have to change the whole game.
Laura, if they were teaching kids to be literate or trying to build them up,
I like
but
that.
I know, but they're demonizing. They're demonizing the opponent, which is what I thought was called bullying. Teach them that politicians have different arguments. They have policy differences.
I have an idea.
But
I have an idea. Let kids be kids for a while before they get swimming in the toxic soup of what we do.
What 11-year-old is concerned about any of these guys or impeachment?
I'm glad Joe Biden's taking the really tough questions because they're shielding him from the press as it is, but they'll let those 11-year-olds at him every day.
There you go. Now, say goodbye, Laura, to the chivalrous moments like this at restaurants.
Ooh.
This is over.
Mr. Morse.
Yes, Mr. Lewis. I'm Jim Morse. This fireball is my grandson, David.
Well, I don't know about the fireball part, but grandson's true enough.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you both. This is a friend of mine, Vivian Ward. Please sit.
Rising for a lady is apparently out. Now, there's a new trend. It emerged last summer. It's really picking up steam now. The website Eater says restaurants are saying goodbye to soft sexism. At Chicago's Tide House, it's omitted the idea of ladies first. The staff has eliminated language like ladies and gentlemen from the vocabulary, and they no longer serve in order of gender performance.
What do they serve in order of you when you take the fork and say, pay attention to me?
But
what is that?
I object to this, and I'll tell you why I find it so repulsive. Men and boys learn respect by doing things. When you rise, when a lady enters the room, or when you pull a chair for a lady, it's showing respect. People want women to be respected, and they should be. Let's show and teach men and young boys how to do that. Let ladies go first, open the door, and pull the chair.
You know what I do? One of my son, Dimitri, we're going into a restaurant, and he goes in, and I just let the door close, and I wait outside. I said, and Mommy, what happened? You didn't open the door for me. He said, oh, I'm sorry. But they learn. And it's kind of fun to see the little kids do that.
But I mean, imagine if the waiter came over, and I said, I'll have the hamburger, and then you just get waited on.
No, but I kind of like it. I guess I'm a throwback. That's my problem.
I agree. Now, before we go, during the president's state visit to England, there was a lot of talk about faith and sacrifice. The fact that the president chose to highlight the alliance with Britain and what binds us at that first state dinner, Laura, I think was significant. Watch.
The bonds of friendship forged here and sealed in blood on those hallowed beaches will endure forever. Our special relationship is grounded in common history, values, customs, culture, language, and laws. Our people believe in freedom and independence as a sacred birthright and cherished inheritance worth defending at any cost.
Now, then today he invoked prayer, the prayer that FDR intoned as our men took these beaches here at Normandy. This is the president at Plymouth.
They will need thy blessings, for the enemy is strong. He may hurl back our forces, but we shall return again and again. And we know that by thy grace and by the righteous of our cause, our sons will triumph.
Laura, not only FDR, Eisenhower invoked the blessing of the Almighty on this
beautiful.
noble undertaking. And
a lot of the men who are buried behind us had little Bibles.
Right.
And they're also Stars of David on these.
You saw the chaplains having Mass for them on the decks of the ships before they deployed in Normandy. God was certainly in the air here, and you feel him here as well.
I like him quoting, when he was quoting the FDR prayer, better than the McLean Bible Church. I just thought that was a better moment for Trump. I thought they were both good, but I thought it was a good moment.